I call.
Pesh has made the call, so we're going to have a race. Pesh with the overcard, Zamani out in front with the 2-10s.
Pesh is called with king, queen. The chance of knocking out Benjamin Zamani. The antes at this point are 20,000. The blinds are 60 and 120. Let's go to the felt. Action on Benjamin Zamani. He quickly folds his hand, and now Pesh de Silva with a queen 3. He elects to just call. Pat Lyons.
I'm very happy to see a flop with the jack 3.
Flop is a king, queen 7, so queens for Pesh.
Well, he checks him.
Pat getting none of that checks as well. 6 of spades on the turn.
You got it.
Pesh just reaches for chip, and Pat says, you got it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Pesh de Silva.
You want to do 3-hand? You want to keep it going? It's up to you.
No, let's end it.
What if we do this? Let's make one rule. If you win the pot on the river, then you show.
If we're gonna end it, let's just end it.
Huh? End it, okay.
Well, what they're talking about is when this final table started, everybody agreed to show one card after they won a pot. Now we've gotten down to 3-handed. They changed the rules, Vince. They're not showing them anymore.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I don't like it, actually, to tell you the truth. Now that 3 players are gone, they're going to change the rule like that. They said they're going to have to show one uncalled card if you won, and that meant throughout the entirety.
Well, Zamani's looking to show them all here as he moves in.
Okay.
With the king-queen. He takes down the pot real quick, though. With the 3-bet all-in, wins for Zamani, who finished second in our kickoff event of season 15 here in the WPT at Choctaw. Back at the final table, still here with 3 left.
And now Pat Lyons picks up his pair of 10s. Been a good hand for him tonight, and he has raised to 375.
All in.
Whoa, Zamani's going to push all in with ace-4. Insta call, of course, by Pat.
10s.
I had a 10 and a 4.
Quads.
Pat Lyons in a great place to knock out Zamani.
Now has him dominated right now, as you can see. About a 70% favorite to win the pot.
Here is the flop. Well, that's good for Pat Lyons as a queen 6 appears.
Pat now an 85% favorite to win the pot with the 2-10s.
The turn card is a jack.
Well, a jack now would win the pot for Ben Zamani. He can now win with an ace or a jack.
Right. Think.
This is true. Coming down to the river. What drama?
An ace on the river. Again, a draw out on the river here at the Legends of Poker. It's just incredible
What the heck is going
how
on?
many suckouts on the river have taken place at this final table tonight. So there you go, the dominating favorite all the way to the river, Vince, and then bam, the dagger in the heart. And that's just the boost that Ben Zamani is looking for to get back in the thick of things here. Don't count him out, Vince.
Antes are now 20,000, and the blinds are at 80 and 160.
Well, Vince, Pat Lyons hit a 2-outer on the river when he spiked a 10 to make 3 10s to knock Todd Peterson out of the tournament, so can't really complain that he was really that unlucky there.
All right, Ben with ace-8 just calling. And right behind him now, Pesh. He's going to raise it.
All in.
550.
All in.
And now Benjamin says, I'm all in. And Pesh has to go away.
Well, a nice all-in bet by Zamani there.
And it's moving fast. These guys are playing fast. Lots of gamble. Pesh finally gets burned with a junk hand.
Well, Pesh's been very aggressive. That's why he's doing very well tonight, but he's wishing right now we'd have seen a free flop instead of raise there.
It's on him. He's got a solid king 9 of diamonds. But he's just going to call it. Disguise the strength of that hand. And behind him, Pat with ace-4.
600.
We'll make it 600 to go. Benjamin looks down at a nothing hand, and he mucks. So ace-4 versus king 9.
Well, I don't see Pesh going anywhere. Pat's not going to put him on this strong a hand. You would expect the guy to raise pre-flop with this hand on the button.
Absolutely. He's made this call. And the flop is a queen 7 deuce. No help to either player.
6.
Pat Lyons betting 600,000 though, with ace high.
Well, it's the perfect time to raise here if you can pull the trigger with your Pesh, because it's very difficult to continue playing with any hand if it doesn't beat queens or better in this situation against a guy with a lot of chips. But he opted to just lay it down, give it up, wait for a better hand before he goes to war.
Well, that's the credit of Pat Lyons being so unpredictable. Nice little comeback he's made. And he has a queen 3. Doesn't seem to like it, folds. And now Pesh with a nothing hand. And he wants to get in cheap, just makes a call. And Pat will take a look down at ace 5.
Well, it doesn't raise out of the big blind with the ace high after his opponent limped in the small blind.
He was always in the Bay Area.
And the flop is a 4-4-7, 3 of a kind for Pesh.
Wow. What a flop. Well, this is what happens when you get cute. You don't raise pre-flop with ace highs.
Well, Pesh has bet 175, quickly called by Pat Lyons. Turn 3 of diamonds.
Gives Pat a two-way straight draw. One of them, of course, gives his opponent a full house, so that's no good for him. But Pesh leading out on the turn again, this time 515,000. And going to be a quick call here by Pat. As the card's like, he can only win the pot with a 6.
River card is a jack of clubs. 3 clubs out there now.
Pesh trying to get a value bet in here with 3 4s. He's bet 895,000.
I'm all in.
And a snap all in by Pat Lyons. Vince, what a play by Pat Lyons here. Remember, if Pesh would call and lose this pot, he's out of this tournament. Now he has 3 4s, but when your opponent raises you all in, you put him on a flush, a straight,
What if you have a higher flush than me, huh?
or a full house. Wow. Well, Vince, I don't care who you're pulling for at this final table. If you like poker, you got to admire that play that Pat Lyons just made.
Wow, and Pesh is going to lay this down. What a move by Pat Lyons to steal that pot.
Vince, sometimes you just get outplayed. There was a case. Pat Lyons outplayed his opponent. Well done.
I limped with a really big hand.
You know, poker is a game that requires lots of focus and a ton of concentration. You really shouldn't be playing 6 to 16 tables of poker at the same time.
It's your move.
And checkmate.
Sign up for free today at WPTGlobal.com and use bonus code YT60 and play the $1 for 1 million tournament.
Down to the felt we go. Action on Pesh de Silva. Very talented player. He has picked up a pair of aces.
How sweet it is. He's on the button in position with the best hand possible. Going to raise it to 325,000.
All in.
Pat Lyons with a pair of jacks has gone all in, been out. Quick call, of course, by Pesh.
Yeah, nice hand. Nice hand. Nice hand. Jacks. Jacks and jacks.
Super hand over super hand. 3-handed poker game. Just incredible.
Well, Vince, we've seen so many outdraws at this final table tonight. You just can't be sure that the aces will hold up, but you have to love it if you're Pesh de Silva. He's been going down, 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 and now he's got a shot to boom right to the chip lead if the aces hold up.
Kind of a cooler, huh? Jack ball.
Here comes the flop. It's a 7-3 deuce. Very safe for the aces.
Yeah, notice Pesh has both flush draws cut off as well.
I'd still be betting after the flop, so oh well. I would just be monitoring the pot. Sad.
Yeah, you can't second guess this one,
Jack of
Pat. You
hearts.
just need to get real lucky.
Ace, nice
An
hand.
ace on the turn.
Nice hand, nice hand.
That's going to do it for this hand. Pesh is going to take this one.
Nice hand, nice hand.
There's his fiance, so excited.
Yeah, no drama on the river here. With that pot, Pesh de Silva takes the chip lead with 3 players left.
It's just a cooler. I just wake up with a hand.
That's a stone cooler. There's nothing
Yeah, I
you can
get a
do about
hand.
that.
The board comes like that. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to bet. I'm going to raise you. You're going to flat me. The board's going to come like that. I'm going to bet you're going to raise me. I'll only slow down on the river.
Do not protest too much there. Just doesn't matter, Pat.
Well, he's just rambling, Vince.
Yeah. Go behind the black curtain again. Take a deep breath.
I'll come back.
Yeah, you will.
Guaranteed I'll come back.
Wow. Pat Lyons does not lack confidence, I can tell you. He makes Phil Hellmuth look like a kindergartner when it comes to bragging about himself.
These are tough, tough players. Great heart by all. And now on to the next one. Pesh, this time with a little pair of 3s.
Just limps in with them. And there's the big raise by Pat.
Yeah, Pat's made it 785 total. Pesh now with about 11 million.
He can afford to make a move here, but what do you do with 2 3s now? I know many top aggressive players like a Pesh would move in, but he opts to just give them up here.
Oh. And Pat showing the ace.
How good was it, though?
Ace Jack.
So you were calling it all in?
Of course.
No, he's lying again.
I would not risk. You have the chip lead over me right now. I would keep it. If I can retrieve it again. I mean, you saw how hard it is for me to give up the chips. I have to have jacks and aces. Ridiculous. I'm wondering if I could have done something different.
I'm getting dizzy just hearing him.
Well, Pesh wanted to know, could you call a shove there? And he said yes, for sure. But he also said he had the ace-jack, Vince, which is a story. There's no way he would have called an all-in bet with the ace-6 there, I don't believe. But we'll never know.
We move on. Action back on Mr. De Silva. This time with a king, queen, and the button.
Well, Pesh going to make a button raise this time to 325,000.
Pat goes out. And Zamani squeezes the pair of 10s.
All in.
And he is going to shove it.
Well, tough decision for Pesh now. It costs him about 2.5 million more to call. And he could be in a race. He could be dominated here. If your opponent has a weak ace, you're an underdog. But he could be making a move.
I call.
Pesh has made the call, so we're going to have a race. Pesh with the overcard, Zamani out in front with the 2 10s.
Pesh is called with king, queen. The chance of knocking out Benjamin Zamani.
Well, Vince, all this playing, and it's pretty much come down to a race between these 2 guys. But if the 10s hold up, Vince, we have a 3-horse race, and I mean a real 3-horse race.
Oh my goodness, 410!
Quads on the flop. That'll end this hand. Well, even Pesh laughs. Drawing dead on the flop. You don't expect that.
Ridiculous. Not even a queen of spades. Oh my God.
Well, Ben Zamani
Should have done it to you.
got the double up. I wasn't expecting to get it that way with 40 miles. Well, Vince, 2 10s have been the key hand at this final table so far. We've seen a big suck out. We've seen him get sucked out on, and now we see him flop quads. Wow.
Well, with that hit, Pesh will still be the chip leader, but only by a little bit. All right, to the cards we go. Pesh now with king, queen. He's going to raise it to 325. Pat has picked up ace-4. He will make this call.
And Zamani with the jack-3 offsuit, just going to have to give it up. There comes a flop. Let's come ace-6, 3, 2 diamonds. Great flop for Pat. Action's on him. And he's betting 325,000. I don't understand why you would lead out after flopping 2 aces here. If you check, your opponent's going to make a continuation bet at least 90% of the time with that flop. Now we can get away from the king queen.
Well, he's trying to pretend like he got a little piece of that 3s or 6s, and just usually a guy that hits aces doesn't lead out. He plays an unorthodox game and shows 1 card. He takes the pot, but
Yeah,
chased away his guy.
I think the check makes you a lot more money in the long run.
Ichikawawa, baby.
Well, Pat very happy right now.
And he's happy because he's chip leader now after that hand.
And the blinds are going up to 1 and 200 with a $30,000 ante now. And we go to Benjamin with a 10-9.
Well, he's on the button. He's going to raise it. Makes it 525,000 to go.
And right behind him, Pesh with an ace-6. What will he do with that?
And he's going to play it when he pulls his sleeve down and caps his cards. So the question is he going to call or is he going to raise? He's not really a caller. And here comes a 3-bet, as you can see, and a healthy one. To nearly 1.4 million.
And now Pat is going to look at his cards, and he's going to love that
I'm
because
all
he's
in.
got a pair of aces and goes all in. Ben out.
Man, look how confident he looked there. And then he looked at the gallery, let him know he's got a big hand. I just don't understand why he'd react that way with the 2 aces. I can understand the all-in bet. But let's see if Pesh can pick up on it.
Maybe he doesn't mind if Pesh folds the hand. He figures there's enough in there. I'll take it. No bad beats.
He just
And
looks
I'll
too
move on.
confident, though.
Well, he did.
See how things happen. I would have got called by ace king right there, or pocket jacks. You gotta be careful when you're playing with the lion.
He called his shot that he's going to win it. Let's see if he can.
All right, quick fold by Pat. And now Zamani with the little suited connector. And he will just call it. Pesh now with an awful-looking 10-4.
Well, just going to take a free flop here.
Blinds are up to 1 and 200,000 with a 30,000 ante, and the flop is a 10-9-3.
Well, that's a nice flop for Pesh. Zamani checks, and Pesh is going to bet here. 225,000. Benjamin's going to play the 6-5 of spade. No hand, no draw at the moment. So he's obviously going to try to steal this pot later, maybe. Now queen comes off. Well, again, Zamani checks. And Pesh checks right behind him.
Down to the river we go. It's a jack.
Well, Zamani knows the only way he can win this pot is to bet at it.
Well, he is going to bet it, but not much.
Just 205,000 into a pot that's got 940,000 in it.
Yeah.
This is what we call the min bluff hand, Vince. You make a min bet
Yeah.
for the bluff. I mean, it looks like
Oh, no.
you made a pair of jacks,
Oh!
maybe a pair of queens. You don't want to pay off a straight draw or a big bet, so you bet a minimum.
Oh no.
Pesh has dropped the hand and thinking he made
Wow.
a smart drop. Little does he know.
Well, folks, we've seen it all at this final table tonight. There was the min bet bluff on the river by Zamani, worked to perfection.
And we move on. Pat Lyons this time with a king 3 of spades. And he'll make it 5:30 to go. Zamani with an ace-7, but no, he's going to muck that. And now Pesh with the little suited connector, 5-6 of diamonds.
Well, he's got the hand that just beat him, the 5-6 suited. He's going to make the call and look at a flop here. And the flop comes ace, queen, queen with 2 diamonds. So Pesh has flopped the flush draw and checks. Pat checks right behind him. Now the deuce of diamonds comes off. Pesh with the flush. Pat drawing dead. Pesh checks. Pat checks again. And now the queen comes off. So there's 3 queens out there, but Pesh out in front with the flush. And I think he'll get paid off perhaps if he bets here by the king high. And he's going to bet $625,000. Oh, those are $1 million plaques. He has bet $2 million. Pat Lyons has raised the pot here, representing a big full house or quads. Yes, we saw him outplay this guy a while back earlier at this final table when he got him off 3 4s on the river. Can he get him off a flush on the river?
What do you have?
Wow. What a play by Pat Lyons. I don't care if he wins the pot or loses it. You got to love this play if you're a poker player. What moves we're seeing at this final table tonight?
Ace queen?
Pesh. That flush shrinking up here. 1 3 of a kind's out there.
Well, Vince, he knows that the guy's either got to have an ace or a queen in his hand. You cannot make this play with any other hand.
Oh, wow. He's going to lay it down.
You think about calling with jack high?
Huh?
Did you have like jack high?
I had a flush.
Can't show a bluff.
Pretty fucked, huh?
Yeah. Whole hand with.
Now, Vince, Pesh has got completely outplayed the last 2 pots in a row, but you got to hand it to his opponents.
No bluff. I had to wait for the bet on the river.
You flop a full house?
I had ace king. Ace king.
He's doing some lying right there once again. Once again, the antes are going up to 40,000. Blinds 120 and 240. We started out this tournament with 687 entries. We're down to these 3. And look at this. Pesh de Silva picks up a pair of jacks. Perhaps at the perfect time. He's going to raise. Makes it 485. Now Pat Lyons right behind him with queen 10.
1085.
Uh-oh. He's going to raise it to nearly 1.1 million with the queen 10 offsuit. But this play is not going to work.
All in.
Benjamin out. Pesh goes all in.
And a snap call by Pat Lyons with the queen 10 offsuit. I can't believe it.
I just made a move because I will get lucky now. I'll make a move, get lucky. Make a move, get lucky.
Well, he's confident he's going to get lucky, but
Queen dime, jack jack. Let the lion win this hand.
if Pesh wins this
Let
spot,
the
he'll once
Lion
again
win this hand.
be the
Let
chip
the Lion
leader
win
with
this
3
hand.
players left.
Let
Well
the
out in
Lion
front
win this
now,
hand.
2 jacks against the queen 10.
I got a bad beat, got to give a bad beat. Come on now. Beat. Queen of hearts.
Here's the flop. It's at 8-9 deuce.
Let's go. Any picture. Any picture.
Well, Pesh
Get
no
excited.
longer wants to see a jack, that's for sure.
Any picture. Any picture for excitement. Any picture for the excitement. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Come
He's a
on,
rambling
baby.
man right now.
Paint.
Pat Lyons in rare form, and he's an ace.
Now.
Well, an ace comes off.
Now
We are
any
down to
picture.
the river.
Now
Pat
any
Lyons
picture.
needs a queen or a jack to win the
Now
pot.
any picture. Come on.
Otherwise,
Any
Pesh is
picture.
going to double
All the
up,
picture cards. All the picture cards.
take the chip lead three-handed,
paint.
and Pat Lyons will be in third
Any
chip
paint.
position.
Any paint. Any paint. All the paint cards. Any picture. Picasso. Picasso, baby. Picasso. Yes!
Wow! Unbelievable. He called it, Vince. Wow. What a horrible beat for Pesh de Silva right there on the river. Just incredible how many outdraws we've seen tonight at this final table.
I think it's all time on the World Poker Tour. The suckouts, we're seeing the pain in the room. Right now, Pesh has to say goodnight in third place and to take home 198,000. Let's talk to Pesh.
Things got a little bit gambly. Like the last hand was a bit gambly, but it was headed that way anyways. I think I'm pretty happy with the way I played. But sometimes cards just don't go your way, you know?
WPT Global. Huh? $1 for $1 million? No chance. Why would we do that? I keep getting these phone calls. You know, $1 for $1 million. What's that all about?
$1? Come on, no chance.
Hey guys, just want to make sure you got the memo. $1 for $1 million event. We want to push that.
Okay, boss, we're all over it.
Been doing it all day.
Sign up for free today at WPTglobal.com and use bonus code YT60 and play the $1 for $1 million tournament.
Well, Pat Lyons, already a legend in his own mind, could become a Legends of Poker champion. As you can see, he's got about a 3-1 chip lead over Benjamin Zamani as we start heads-up play.
Yeah, Pat Lyons, quite a character. And what plays we've seen him make tonight, all kinds of big bluffs. Very, very tricky player, very talented, but so is Benjamin Zamani, of course. Third time at the final table, 3 times he's been playing for the championship. Heads up. Yet to win the title, and now it's on Ben, and he's just going to call with a 6-5. And Pat Lyons with Queen 8. What will he do with that?
And he's going to check. Just give us a flop.
All right, they keep it gentle on the first hand. The flop is a 7-6 deuce.
Well, good flop there for Zamani. He's taking the lead with 2 6s.
Pat Lyons is checked.
He knows Zamani's going to bet. You're not going to give your opponent a free card here.
That's 300,000.
Pat, it's okay to fold. You're allowed to give up some hands, you know.
He's playing with those plaques worth $1 million each. It's kind of scary, but finally he's going to fold the hand.
He does lay it down.
Yep. Give a few crackers to Ben Zamani.
Where are you going to play after this? Are you going to go to Borgata or no?
Yeah, Pat Lyons
Are you going?
always talking at the table. A few years ago at Bay 101, I saw him in the stands. I didn't know he was a player. He was just the loudest spectator I had ever seen, drinking and screaming, and now find out he's quite a player.
Well, the world will know he's a player if he wins this tournament, I can tell you. He is not afraid to brag on himself.
Go out there and try to...
And Pat this time has a King 9.
Just limping in on the button here with King 9 with a big chip lead. Very surprising. Zamani with the 6-3 of diamonds. Happy to get a free flop. And it comes king high, king 4 deuce. Pat with top pair, but as you can see, Benjamin with the gut shot straight draw, the backdoor flush draw. It's his turn to act, and he's going to lead right out and bet 300,000. But just like that, he's going to get raised. 750,000 now the bet.
Well, Benjamin not going to go away. He has made this call. Hoping to get lucky with the inside straight, not to be, as a 9 appears. Kings and 9s now for Pat Lyons.
Yes, I believe that was the perfect card for Pat Lyons' hand. There's no possible flush out there. Might be a possible straight, but kings and 9s, a very big hand right now.
Benjamin is checked, and Pat's going to put in a bet. Not going to play it slow. Looks like 1.2 million.
Well, Benjamin has not jettisoned his hand yet. Oh, boy. He decides to make a move here, Vince, which he's capable of doing.
Thumbs back, it's fine.
And move all in, but Pat looks too confident over there. I think he gives away the strength of his hand at times by flirting with the crowd. Will Zamani pick up on it? Yep, he's going to give it up. Well, Pat Lyons extends his chip lead in this heads-up battle. Pat Lyons out in front with about 17 million, as you can see. Benjamin Zamani with about 3.7 million.
And Mike, the blinds are now 150 and 300 with a $50,000 ante. Here we go, Pat Lyons. with an ace-9 of spades.
He just moves all in, Vince. I like that play. He's not going to throw it away if his opponent re-raises, so why make a cheap raise? Just move in, take it down.
Yeah, the blinds are so big at this point.
So Pat Lyons on a roll right now.
Nobody's ever done this before. It's a $5 million fan. I like that, though.
He's fanning himself, still having a great time. Ever so close to being our champion. Now this time, Ben Zamani with King 10 of clubs.
Vince has only got 11 big blinds, so I'll be shocked if he didn't ship it. Yep, he's moved it all in.
The Bay 101 hand, 38 suited.
And Pat Lyons goes out.
Now Pat Lyons, he has had 45 bottles of water this evening, a whole lot of good cards, and a lot of bluffs. Playing superbly. Can he close here? Down the stretch we go.
Right there. Ronnie, right there.
And Pat Lyons continuing his chit-chat to the rails, his buddies.
It's just amazing. He seems more interested in talking to the rail than he does playing heads up for this title.
He's ridiculous. All
This
in.
time ace-8. He's gone all in, and Zamani could call this, and he does call it.
Eight kicker. 8 kicker.
Ace-deuce versus ace-8. Pat Lyons in a great place to knock out Zamani.
Well, there are a number of hands they could split the pot with. But Pat well out in front here with the ace-8 against the ace-deuce. If it holds, the man who calls himself a legend already will become the true Legends of Poker champion.
The crowd loving this. The crowd has been fed drinks all night for free by Pat Lyons.
It's far from over here.
Of course.
There's a lot of hands they can split. He's shaking hands with everybody like he's won it.
Clubs. All clubs. Ronnie. All clubs.
Benjamin just
All
wants
clubs.
to hit a deuce here on the flop.
All clubs. All clubs.
Let's take a look.
Clubs.
It is
All
a
clubs.
997.
Well, if a 7 would come off, they would split this pot. But 9 comes off and any big card comes off, they would split the pot. A lot of things can happen here. Benjamin needs a deuce to take the lead.
Can he get his deuce? No, it's a jack of hearts, not there.
All clubs. All clubs. All clubs.
Well, Benjamin needs a deuce to win the pot, but he can tie the pot if a 9, a 7, a jack, a queen, or a king comes off.
All clubs. Got this. All clubs. Yes!
Here we go. It's a 10 of spades. He's done it.
So that is going to do it. Another river card win for Pat Lyons, and he takes down the title. But Vince, let's give a salute to Benjamin Zamani. This is back-to-back runner-up finishes. 3 times in 10 months he's finished second on a World Poker Tour. You got to feel pain for the guy a little bit. He's still a bridesmaid, but nevertheless, what a performance this week. He's taken the lead in the Hublot WPT Player of the Year race. Made a lot of money. Good week for Ben, but still not a title. One more time, let's hear it for the Legends of Poker champion, the world-famous Pat Lyons. Lynn, back to you.